every story appears ordinary till you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is the story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Welcome to CoreTV Primetime News. I am Omotayo Alo. In our major news tonight, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has charged civil society organizations to contribute to the settlement of insurgency. Also in this program, People's Democratic Party took a swipe at President Muhammad Buhari over what he described as the harmful consequence of his alleged negative statement on the economy and the general image of the country. Sokoto State Governor Aminu Tambuwa gave out 2.25 million naira as reward to the 3 cleanest communities in Sokoto metropolis and its environs. And from outside Nigeria, at least 12 people were killed as Al-Shabaab militants stormed the hotel in Mogadishu, capital of Somalia. Thank you for joining us tonight. Now the news in full. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has charged civil society organizations to contribute to the rebuilding, reconstruction, reconciliation and resettlement of victims of insurgency in the Northwest. Osinbajo gave the talks at the Northeast Humanitarian Stakeholder Engagement Meeting in Maiduguri, Borno State. He said that the situation in the region would have been worse without the intervention of the CSOs and donor partners. He affirmed that civil society groups, funding partners, regional and international partners have given up their time, resources and even lives in some cases and deserve to be commended. Also speaking, Alhaji Mohammed Sidi, the Director General of National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, said Nigeria has suffered a lot of natural and man-made disasters. Sidi said the unfortunate and sad development has posed numerous humanitarian challenges, calling for collaborative action to rebuild the region. The meeting was also attended by the governors of Borno, Adamawa and Yobe, as well as the deputy governors of Taraba, Gombe and Bauchi State. Others were top officials and representatives of UN agencies. Following the United Nations pledge to sustain its support to the government of Nigeria to restore normalcy and security to the Northeast, Governor Kashim Shettima of Borno State has said that the Boko Haram terrorists no longer constitute a potent threat to Nigeria's territorial integrity. The governor gave the remark at the Northeast Humanitarian Stakeholders Meeting organized by the federal government in Maiduguri. The People's Democratic Party took a swipe at President Muhammad Buhari over what he described as the harmful consequence of his alleged negative statement on the economy and the general image of the country. The PDP, in a statement by its National Publicity Secretary, Olisa Metu, said the president's unwary statement had become very serious clog in the wheel of progress, eroding the confidence of both domestic and international investors in the Nigerian economy and social system. The party said it is worrisome that in the last 6 months, the president, instead of making efforts to enhance resources and grow the economy, has rather continued to apply himself, perhaps unwittingly, to the market in the nation and scaring away investors through negative labeling of Nigerians and unwarranted, unhealthy portrayal of the nation's economy. In the last 6 months, President has only succeeded in discouraging foreign investors with its continued misrepresentation of the country as business-unfriendly environment where most of the citizens are basically corrupt, dishonest, and cannot be trusted. So says Olisa Metu. Some aggrieved members of the All Progressives Congress of the House of Representatives have expressed disappointment that with the Speaker Yakubu Dogara for giving the oil and gas sector committees to the opposition in the sharing out of the standing committees of the House. The APC legislators expressed disbelief that Dogara, a member of the APC, could hand out such key committees to the opposition in the government, where his party is both the ruling party and the party with a majority in the legislature. Dogara had on Thursday last week named the chairman and deputy chairman of 96 standing committees of the House. The Speaker had given several key committees to the main opposition People's Democratic Party, including the 3 oil and gas sector committees. 2 APC lawmakers have rejected their chairmanship of committees in the last 1 week to protest the development. They are former Deputy House Minority Whip Gaba Dati Mohammed and the member from Oyo State, Sunday Adepoju. Dati Mohammed observed that there was no way the APC-led federal government could effectively implement its change agenda if all the oil and gas sector committees in the parliament reside in the hands of the opposition. On his part, Adepoju said, having worked hard to wrestle power from the PDP, he did not feel it was right to empower the same PDP with the aforementioned committees. We'll take a quick break now and we'll be back with more. Stay with us.
It's a new dawn in Nigeria, and the mantra is change. The wind of change is blowing all over Nigeria and beckons to you. One sure way to respond is to perform your civic duty, pay your tax. With taxes, government generates revenue to fulfill its electoral promises, ensure regular power supply, provide good security, standard education, medical care, through total change. Individuals and corporations enjoy specific benefits, rights and privileges for paying taxes and avoid the consequences and penalties of not paying. Oil revenue is no longer sufficient to bring desired change, but your tax can. It pays to pay your tax. A message from the Federal Inland Revenue Service.
Some pundits believe that as long as the political system is driven by selected few, corruption may be difficult to fight.
You should be careful about what you say.
I am not the only politician. Even if I've wronged anyone, it is time to forgive me.
Please for Arena every Sunday at 9:15 p.m. and a repeat broadcast every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m.
Welcome back, and if you're just joining us, it's CoreTV Primetime News. Here is a quick reminder of our top stories. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has charged civil society organizations to contribute to the rebuilding and settlement of victims of insurgency in the Northeast. People's Democratic Party took a swipe at President Muhammad Buhari over what it described as the harmful consequence of his alleged negative statement on the economy and general image of the country. Secretary of State Governor Aminu Tambuwal gave out 2.25 million naira as reward to 3 cleanest communities in Sokoto metropolis and its environs. You could visit our social media platform for more of our news and information. We have facebook.com/CoreTV News, our Twitter handle CoreTV News NG. You could also get more on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/CoreTV, Liver Space and News. Secretary of State Governor Aminu Tambuwal gave out 2.25 million naira as reward to the 3 cleanest communities in Sokoto metropolis and its environs as part of efforts to fulfill his promise when he inaugurated the special end-of-month environmental sanitation in October. A statement by Tambua spokesman Imam said the 1 million naira top prize was claimed by Zone 1, made up of Nigerian Army's Giwa Barracks, Old Airport Road, Ofa Road, and Damboa areas. The second prize of 750,000 naira was claimed by Zone 3, made up of Sultan Palace, Gidon Aki, and Kofa Atiku, while the third prize of 500,000 naira was won by Zone 10, which comprises Mebara, Mana, Saleme, and Ali Akilu roads. The statement said the winning districts were presented with their monetary prizes, trophies, and certificates by Governor Aminu Tambua in Sokoto. Tambua commended the zones for the enthusiasm shown during the sanitation. The assertion made by Ekiti State Governor that corruption and godfatherism pervades the nation's judiciary has elicited reactions from judicial officers and politicians alike, while retired Justice and former chairman of the ICPC, Emmanuel Ayola, says Fayose should provide evidence of such corrupt activity. The APC says Governor Fayose lacks the moral right to accuse the judiciary. Rashid has details from Ado Ekiti.
Twice in 1 week, Governor of Ekiti State, Ayodele Fayose, has questioned the independence and integrity of the nation's judiciary on different occasions. He earlier accused the body of godfatherism and political sentiments and later condemned it of partisanship following its judgment on the Rivers and Akwa Ibom Tribunal ruling. In response, Justice Emmanuel Ayola says anyone who has allegation against the judiciary should do so with concrete facts.
Some cases, and are still being assigned to judges by their godfathers in the judiciary purposely to do unchecked jobs against the innocent.
I believe that if you see any incident of corruption, you should be bold enough to put it in writing in a report. But everybody says there's corruption in the judiciary, yet there is no written evidence.
While Governor Fayose's persistence on corruption against the judiciary remains unabated, Justice Ayola motioned that such may not be ruled out, calling on Nigerians to step forward whenever they are judicially wronged.
Godfatherism is still in judiciary as well. What they can do, they give it to their subordinates in the judiciary. Go and do it, I will protect you.
You find them, you sack them. But finding them is the difficult thing. Because those who experience corruption from the judiciary refuse to come up to say it.
Meanwhile, this APC chieftain says Governor Fayose has no moral rights to castigate the same judicial system which benefited his administration.
When he talks about the judiciary in the manner which he has talked about the judiciary about a week and a half ago, one thing that is so clear to the mind is this gentleman, like you rightly pointed out, has benefited on about 3, 4, 5 occasions from the judiciary. I wonder now, when the table has just turned, is now crying wolf.
With gale of judgments coming from judicial officers and many yet to come, judicial corruption remains a subject of contention on the lips of many. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado Ekiti.
The creation of elections petition tribunals to adjudicate on petitions filed by complainant against the conduct of elections or claimed unsatisfactory results that emanated from the exercise have continued to generate reaction from analysts. Samuel Adiola, a legal practitioner, believes that the judiciary has enough evidence to pass in judgment if aggrieved parties should seek appeal.
So far so good, the court ruling has been going either way. And as far as I'm concerned, I believe that before the court have made their ruling, they have the facts. So, because judgment has always been on the fact. Crossing bar at the law court has always been on the fact, on the evidences. And depends on the evidence presented, those are what the judges will educate on. So I believe the tribunal must have done the needful based on the fact available to them. And I am very sure anyone that is aggrieved, the law permitted even, pursuing of this right to the Supreme Court for the governors and for others to the appeal court. So they have the right of appeal But as far as I'm concerned, I believe they must have done whatever they have done, either to uphold or to cancel of any election based on the evidence before them.
Ahead of the governorship election in Bayelsa State, no fewer than 1,000 members of the All Progressive Congress, APC, in the state have defected to the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Defecting members, comprising 800 delegates at the APC governorship primary election held on August 22 and August 29, declared for the PDP at a ceremony which took place at Peace Park, Yenagoa. The defectors, who were led into the Peace Park venue by two prominent members of the APC Senator John Bramafia and Alex Eketene, they were received at the venue by Governor Cedric Dixon, Deputy National Chairman, PDP South-South, Carol Odribo, Acting Chairman, PDP, Serena Dokubo Spefi, Bayelsa Deputy Governor, Rear Admiral John Jana, among other PDP leaders. Addressing the defectors, Dixon commended Bramaifa and Ekotene for returning the PDP fold, which they left about 5 months ago. Katsina State Governor Aminu Masari has pledged to create more opportunities to empower women and youth in the state. Governor Masari made the promise at the induction ceremony for the newly appointed commissioners in Katsina State. He stressed the importance of women and youth in the society, noting that any government desirous of impacting the lives of its people must pay attention to their welfare. We take another break and we'll be back with more. Stay with us.
This is what the people are saying.
You don't run a big economy with generator. They need to do more in terms of energy and power.
Many things to do for this Nigeria about lights, water, and new TT.
For Nigerians that are not gullible, we know that good laws have done nothing good for this country.
Buhari won the election convincingly.
Talk to your husband that you should keep promise about what you said, and because people are watching you, you know, another election is coming.
Also, some people will stand for Yoruba land, will be strong man. You don't die.
This nation is moving forward. The best is going to take place.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime News.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
In business, with a recent devaluation of Naira as announced by the CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele against the US dollar and other foreign currencies, which is as a result of majority of small and medium-scale enterprise in Nigeria depending on imported goods, public affairs analyst Dayo Guntola says entrepreneurs in partnership with foreign clients will work extra hard to pay for the dollar. For his part, Dagatola says through the years with the deregulation policies aimed at devaluing the Naira, the economy is still the same with no improvement.
Yes, theoretically it would, but practically it will not. Theoretically it will lead to an influx of foreign exchange. That is what is expected. But in reality, it will only place a burden. It will only place a burden on Nigerians. The burden in the sense that you find that there are entrepreneurs in Nigeria who are under technical partnership with foreigners. And there is a standing agreement that, okay, for so much value of dollars that comes in, you have to pay back that value. So what it means is that when you devalue the naira, it means that you'll do more work to make for the difference within the naira value, the old naira value and the new naira value, under which an agreement had been reached externally with your technical partners outside Nigerian shores. And it happened in the past. It crippled quite a number of budding Nigerian entrepreneurs then.
It's important to remind Nigerians that through the years, that there is an history of devaluation that has not helped us stimulate the growth of the Nigerian economy. The policies of deregulations under Obasanjo and Jonathan, through all of this process, Naira was devalued. Let's remind ourselves that when Buhari first came, that a Naira was exchanging for 56 kobo or thereabout. So this devaluation from 56 kobo to a single dollar to a figure as close as 200 Naira, what development has been brought to the Nigerian economy in all of these past years? So the answer is straight and straightforward. Devaluation will not in any way stimulate the Nigerian economy.
Well, the possible solution, if you look at it critically, the possible solution is to try, at worst, let the Naira remain what it is now, or redenominate the Naira.
We'll expect government, if it must be taken serious that it wants to stimulate and revamp the Nigerian economy, to look at how the question of our economy.
South Korea, Japan and China have agreed to restore trade and security ties and economic cooperation after the country's leader held the first three-way discussions in more than 3 years. After a meeting in Seoul on Sunday, the three regional powers reached an agreement to restart regular trilateral meetings, which had not been carried out since 2012, mainly due to territorial and historical dispute. Relations between the three nations have been strained by dispute over territory and resources in the East China Sea, as well as historical rows over the World War II past. The trio agreed to advance negotiations on a common free trade agreement, expand exchange programs, and advocate the resumption of multi-party talks on North Korea's nuclear activities. And on the foreign scene, at least 12 people were killed today as Al-Shabaab militants stormed a hotel in Mogadishu, capital of Somalia, police and witnesses said. Police officer Mohammed Azan says a car bomb hit the gate of Sahafi Hotel and then several gunmen stormed in. Another police officer, Ahmed Ali, said a few politicians and MPs were inside the hotel when the attack took place. It revealed that former Army Chief of Staff of Somalia government, Abdul Karim Dega Badan, and the owner of the hotel, Abdul Rashidi Il Carter, are also among the dead people. Ahmed said another car bomb explosion near the hotel hit after the first attack, killing a number of civilians, politicians, MPs and senior government officials often visit the famous hotel of Sahafi at busy junction of KM4 Central of the capital. Al-Shabaab has claimed responsibility for the attack. Also, unofficial preliminary result of snap polls in Turkey reveals that the Justice and Development Party, AK Party, is set to lead the country alone once again after a 5-month break. A semi-official Anadolu agency reports that the party led Sunday's general elections with 50% of votes, while 87.5% of the votes have been counted. The AK Party is followed by the Left Republican People's Party with 24.6% of the votes, far-right Nationalist Action Party MHP with 11.9%, and the pro-Kurdish left-wing People's Democratic Party HDP with 10.1%. With this result, AK Party is predicted to claim 319 seats in the 550-seat parliament, chased by CHP with 130 seats, HDP with 57 seats, and MHP with 44 seats. Flags flew at half-mast in Russia Sunday as the country mourned its biggest ever air disaster after a passenger jet full of Russian tourists crashed in Egypt's Sinai, killing all 224 people on board. The flight was bringing holiday makers back to Russia's second-largest city, St. Petersburg, when it went down in Egypt's Sinai, with international experts now at the scene trying to discover the cause of the tragedy. Flags were at half-mast in the Parliament building, in the Kremlin, and on other official buildings in honor of the victims, most of whom were from St. Petersburg and its environs. Authorities set up a crisis center at a hotel near the airport where relatives of the victims were invited to provide DNA samples, and psychologists were on call. Israeli soldiers have shot dead a Palestinian who they allege had earlier attempted to attack them in the occupied West Bank. Sunday's incident is the Beit Enun village near Hebron marks the latest killing in several weeks of violence as tensions between Israel and Palestine surge. A paramedic from the Red Crescent disclosed that Israeli forces would not allow their medics to examine the young man. An army spokesperson also said that no one was injured in the alleged stabbing attack, adding that there had been a violent riot in the village. And now to sports. In the world of sport, in a crucial match at the ongoing Under-17 World Cup in Chile, Nigeria beats Brazil 3-0, which makes Nigeria qualify for semi-final. Goals scored by Victor Osimhen 29 minutes, Kingsley Michael 30 minutes, Udochukwu and Nunudu at 34 minutes of the first half. Congratulations to the Nigerian team. Also, the future of Chelsea manager Jose Mourinho remained clouded in doubt following the Premier League champions' latest setback against Liverpool. Chelsea's 3-1 defeat on Saturday, their 16-11 league games, left them 4 points above the relegation zone and prompted more lurid newspaper headlines about the possible fate awaiting Mourinho. Mourinho was defiant after Saturday's game at Stamford Bridge, dismissing suggestions that he had presided over the last match as manager and saying that he expected to be given more time by owner Roman Abramovich. Chelsea gave Mourinho a public vote of confidence last month, but the team have won just one of their 5 matches since and saw their defence of the League Cup end by Stoke City. Nevertheless, Mourinho appears to retain the support of the club's supporters who chanted his name throughout the defeat against Liverpool, which was the club's 3rd home loss of the campaign. Top seed Roger Federer beat his old rival Rafael Nadal in 3 sets to claim his 7th Swiss indoors title. Federer ended a 5-match losing streak against Nadal to win 6-3, 5-7, 6-3 in just over 2 hours in their first meeting at his home ATP event in Basel. It was the 17th-time Grand Slam winner's 6th title of the season and the 80th of his career. 3rd seed Nadal, 29, still has a 23-11 head-to-head record against world number 3 Federer. With the match finally poised in the deciding set, Federer fired a series of winning ground strokes and broke Nadal's service for a decisive 5-3 lead. The match was the first between Federer and Nadal since the Spaniard won the Australian Open semi-final in straight sets in January 2014. Earlier, Britain's Jeremy Murray and Australian partner John Peers were defeated in the men's double final, losing 7-5 to Alexandra Payer of Austria and Brazil's Bruno Soares. Before we go tonight, here is a quick reminder of our top stories. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has charged civil society organizations to contribute to the rebuilding and resettlement of victims of insurgency in the Northeast. We also told you that People's Democratic Party took a swipe at President Muhammad Buhari over what he described as the harmful consequence of his alleged negative statement on the economy and the general image of the country. And finally, Secretary of State Governor Aminu Tambuwal gave out 2.25 million naira as reward to the 3 cleanest communities in Sokoto metropolis and its environs. On behalf of the entire news crew, thank you so very much for watching. My name is Omotayo Alo. Have a good night.